Hello, Bubba Watson. You guys are involved with WFSB, Fox Connecticut News, WTNH are involved with racketeering with CIA, with their family members associated with that spot, with military also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with the racketeering method with kids' campuses where they're attaching kids to fake conversations with other kids into the databases with narratives where they're involved intercampuses. Now, Weathersfield Police Chief's daughter, Jessica Cintron, and a whole bunch of people tied to her extended family members with an as a Mazzucato family, which is a bakery in downtown Hartford. They're also reportedly confessed and demonstrated involved racketeering with kids with houses in my area associated with, I think it's a Shell gas station, used to be an Exxon gas station, and there's an Alta Motor across the street from it, and diagonal across from the Alta Motor and right across from the Shell or Mobile is a used to be a Starbucks. Now they're reportedly changing it to another bakery tied to the Weathersfield Police Chief's family, and to hit their roles also with a modern pastry recorded, confessed, and demonstrated with a Fred Grisette, who's involved with drug racketeering, database racketeering with houses next to the schools, and with identity thefts. These are people that you never have conversations with at all, and people you barely know who they use for vertical and horizontal database racketeering. Horizontal because then they're hiding live aggressions tied to that, and they're preventing people responses for through their entire lifetimes. There was a guy Panetta recorded, confessed, and demonstrated. There involved racketeering with the Scalora family, also with the CIA and with their family members. With CCSU also involved that within as ones involved with racketeering acts and uses of Trinity College and of Oprah Winfrey of color like black for their fact cheating natures as identities of law involved with racketeering, and then they're pretending they can make opinions about things as experts, which they're only experts as racketeering, as criminally foreign influence uses of state scenarios. These are also people involved with trade center predicate acts, involved further tied to a proven sequence shift involved from inside the associated with it with the Ninth Circuit. Yeah, but I'm using leading up to that, and in that context, they're also recorded with other natures of racketeering against me. Now they're attaching everyone and their family members to fake conversations through time, and that's recorded, but they won't let anyone have a response. Courts are recorded, confessed, and demonstrated consciously, knowing they don't let anyone speak when they come in there. And when they do speak, they make confessions and they hide what the people say, and they attach me and other people to fake behavior. They force our kids not to be countered. They're racketeering with proven sex offenders. They did with this. A principal sex offender involved with Den and Moore, with the Weathersfield police chief, a whole bunch of people associated with travelers, and with that insurance company tournament, Bubba Watson. I shouldn't have to beg you guys. You guys have military recorded criminally foreign influence used for a little for fact cheating nature racketeering with child defenders. Then they're pretending, oh, we're for the military. You know that's a little breaching screen tool. You're obviously not for the military. WFSB, Fox Connecticut News, WTNH. WTNH is also recorded with Fox Connecticut News and WFSB with racketeering with a whole bunch of people. With this, also as ones involved with racketeering on off New Haven FBI with the Spada family, also with the Del Farah family on off the Weathersfield High School involved racketeering through time with databases, with drugs, with kids, and with evidence racketeering, mail crime rules, wire crime rules, falsified police reports, rules, racketeering rules, and uses of AT&T to keep criminally foreign influence stewards. Now they use the DACA program also with a whole bunch of nations involved criminally here, with the houses in my area. Joe DeMoro, other Weathersfield police, um, what's his name? A Dillon family recorded, confessed, and demonstrated my new and past neighbors involved also with real estate companies because the racketeering methods recorded and natures tied to the judges who have been preventing. See, they're preventing mandated law. They need to fake other. So they've been using courts to lie about people. They've been using the databases of campuses to lie about people, and in collusion with other nations. There's a Miss Riley. I never had a conversation with her in my life. She's recorded, confessed, and demonstrated one of the ones directly and or indirectly as the ones tied anyway to mobile gas stations in Weathersfield, Connecticut. Also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved racketeering, foreign and domestic military, and families associated with the schools, with the racketeering, with the databases, and with the uses of this tournament and uses of all the topics in the news. Because they still need a fake conversations too. No, outside of campuses with people who did that when I was on campuses, as the people who did that, doing that now to kids involved with their roles with the principal sex offenders campus further criminally, with the Weatherfield police chief's daughter, and they don't have anyone who will speak for them. They pretend they're little coward punks with their daughters, with their kids, and their extended family members, and they pretend courage is in the background, pretending to be mad and plot more racketeering roles of them. Just fix the fake news. Get the judges and the police forms to one name and sequence. They're forging names, switching names, also with an offer from Officer McGee. He's also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated with the forging names, switching names involved with the sexual and mental, educational, and health racketeering against the kids. There's a whole bunch of people associated with the Morrow family and with a Leahy family. I never had a conversation with Leahy family in my life. A Dr. Brendan Leahy's got a son, Brendan Leahy, other sons of his recorded, confessed, and demonstrated with a whole bunch of people in my area involved with racketeering on next to the schools and with drugs clicks next to the Samuel Dix house, and which is right next to the high school too, with the Yagman family and their neighbors recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with the houses in my area further with the child offender. Now, this is interstates and worse. Now, there are also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated criminal uses of and crime roles with the Saudis, but also against Saudis. They're keeping them here and there in collusion with Justice Department racketeering, for example, a whole bunch of nations involved with psychology, where they have a whole bunch of manifest racketeering methods where they can prevent free speech perpetually against people and keep that way states and areas criminally foreign influence and roles or you're hurt and worse. So all we need is recorded. They know this is true. WFSB, they won't respond because they use crime methods of speaking through other people criminally, attaching me, my family members, and others to fake words, fake relationships to others, fake sequences. These are mail crimes, wire crimes roles with real estate agents associated with, like an Anna Dillon, recorded and confessed and demonstrated racketeering with my new and past neighbors with an executive, what's her name? Anna, Anna Morocco or something like that. I have to look it up. I took a picture of the real estate company recorded, confessed, because I don't know the names of my new and past neighbors too. That's a problem because they don't give people the names of people they involved with their racketeering with evidences. So they're also involved, recorded, confessed with the Dillon family, with a whole bunch of falsified police reports with Weathersfield Police Department and their roles with racketeering with New Britain on and off CCSU. Also involved with courts and judges and their family members through time racketeering with houses in my area. Excuse me. So please fix the fake news. WFSB, Fox Connecticut News, WTNH. Fox Connecticut News is also hiding threats against kids with WFSB and stuff like that. You don't even know what I'm going to say, you guys. You guys also, it's recorded, confessed, and demonstrated on Facebook that more hurt is coming on the kids. And like with an officer, Jerry Miller, with Weathersfield Police Department, also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with a whole bunch of people tied to an Nazar Kerr family with the racketeering with military and foreign and domestic police forms, and judges retired and standing involved with stealing people's identities, falsified police reports, fake news in conjunction with that. So while the courts are preventing people from speech, they're forging names and switching names. These are cliques tied to Trade Center with interstates racketeering uses of CCSU, of UConn, of Trinity College, of Oprah, of Black and White. See, we have recorded all we need for science and science's evolutions means recorded. We have science prevented free speech. We have it free speech stolen. We have identity racketeering still. See how uses of color is identity racketeering. If you're even forced to entertain what the opinions of our formal stewards are, they're recorded. Delusions wrought, criminally foreign influence, fact cheap nature styles, ill. They can't defend their opinions and afford protraction of what all that is actually recorded with free speech that is not making opinions, that is not using theory. Now, they are recorded and confessed and demonstrated involved with Russians against Russians, Americans against Americans, for example, a whole bunch of nations against their own with the racketeering method of pretending conspiracy theories against people. Now they're having debates about overall things where they're preventing the sequence shifts. This forces more and more people to make overall allegations that are true. Like for example, about WFSB is involved with racketeering. Fox Connecticut News is in racketeering. The businesses next to them are involved with racketeering through time, as the ones intercities involve racketeering with the campuses. There's a whole domain family and their neighbors are also involved racketeering with the kids and with fire departments involved with this criminally. See, we have the relationship between fire departments and police maintain criminally foreign influences. Also, they have Russians involved with them with drug crimes and with child sex offenders further criminally with the fire departments. And these are people with the medical campuses criminally involved, forging names, switching names. There's a detective Samuda who also switched names with an officer from East Hartford who was involved with racketeering with them, with houses in my area involved with drug crimes and with criminal uses of CCSU and of Trinity College, as the people involved racketeering leading up to in the Trade Center attack context and since. And they're preventing me from work. This is worse than extortion and these games where they force everyone to speak through other people and criminally. And they attach me to fake words my entire life. So I'm not even allowed to counter or get a response because they're forging names, switching names. They have the whole goddamn interbranch and their family members invested to racketeering with them, speaking about other people through their family members too. Little sick punk fakes interbranch. Now WFSB, and don't pretend that's personal. That's what's recorded. WFSB, WTNH, and Fox Connecticut News recorded, confessed, and demonstrated using you, um, Bubba Watson, and using that golf lure because all along that route it goes by the state judicial branch office. There's an Oliveri family. There's Joshua Stryker. There's a Fienza family. All recorded, confessed, and demonstrated racketeering on and off the state judicial branch offices rolls. And then with Weathersfield Pizza, you go up a little further. Then you go up that path a little further. We'll skip that corner. Then we'll go there's like a dentist and a house next to it. I never had a conversation with them. They might have tried to film me one time with a Joe DeMoro and Mike Kerr shared sexual partners, and that was their roles with people from CCSU, like two Domain brothers or two Carone brothers, a whole bunch of people with CCSU racketeering ties to that stuff. They attach lies to truths, and they just make up total fake things. They pretend that, in other words, these are people involved also with racketeering uses of CNN and election crimes, local and national. The town offices of Weathersfield through time involved racketeering. A whole bunch of people recorded, confessed, and demonstrated racketeering with a Jensen family, also within as ones in my area involved with the Department of Transportation and DMV racketeering with them. His father is also recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with racketeering with the DMV and with Newington and Weathersfield and with New Britain. When he was living in Newington, when he was going to a class, they put him in with Mitt. And that class and that location of the hallways, for example, is involved with a whole bunch of people associated with a Zano family, also involved with racketeering and with interstates, with agencies and things like that, and with people next to businesses and houses next to schools, and all along that route that leads up to the where the travelers golf course is in the tournament, the PGA tournament. So in other words, and then in other words, then there's a street off that, like Meadowgate. There's a Kerr family, and there are houses next to them. Recorded, confessed, and demonstrated involved with their roles with racketeering, with judges retired and standing, with police farms retired and standing, and with their uses of Facebook with child sex offenders and medical offenders, forging names, switching names, fake conversations with me, with their interbranch drug clicks. So, Bubba Watson, don't make us beg. You guys are involved with, you know, don't hide such. Have Fox Connecticut News, WFSB, and WTNH fix their fake news and give my side of the story too. If they want to do that, because my side of the story is recorded true all ways. They're making shit up. These are racketeering natures. And this is a method note that's sustained since I was a kid. I couldn't get a response in paper. The paper responses they put crime methods like putting a charge because they arrest people after they force sustained sick things through kids, and they make problems that the whole time they're writing the wrong things, and they're switching other people doing it. They're attaching to other people, and through time, I just remind. I'm asking to make a police report. There are more recorded threats on kids. There are more dangers on them. You guys forced the principal sex offender with other ones because you're fucking not following the fucking rules. You stole my fucking identity, WFSB, WTNH. Then you're lying about behavior. Now you have to lie about my behavior, about the substance of its value, which is needs. How are you doing? I need a response. They're preventing calm means to counter the rules with all kinds of sick shit. And I need someone to speak for and or to know the names of my new and past neighbors involved with the CCSU racketeering intercities with them and with this Dillon family. Now! Now! I want the police chief's daughter removed from the kids. And I want a fucking police restraining order against her and against them and the whole interbranch drug clicks and keep them from my name and fix the fake news and get down or get around. Who disbelieves? Pick one name in sequence now. 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 All rise.